Okay, one, some of it's working, some of it's not. I don't know what the deal is. A couple of you need to call support in the morning. I don't know what the deal is. On one of the girls, she was doing her time and it's coming out time like the herb. So I globaled it, put it in there right, did it again, still coming out time. Did it manually, Control D, put it in there, it's still not doing it. So if it's not, and it could be something simple in your user settings that I'm not picking up. So just call support and get it fixed. It needs to be fixed because that time needs to be working. Okay, one other thing that I had a student just ask me, not everything requires the brackets, guys, when you global something, okay? The brackets is telling the dictionary or the software that there's a command coming, okay? That's what the brackets is for. It's telling it that it's a command that's coming, okay? So not everything needs to, when you global something and it's like,
when you global a brief.
yeah, when you global a brief, and it's KRORT for court reporter, okay? You don't need the brackets. All you need is just court reporter. That's all you need, okay? The brackets tells it to do something, okay? So be careful when you're globaling stuff.
That'll make it easier for you.
You're gonna spend a whole weekend
Yeah.
fixing your dictionary now,
Yeah.
okay? So be careful when you do that, okay? On these things like time, money, stuff like that, it needs to be in the brackets. Remember when it says 1 million, you know, and you do 1 on the number bar and then million, okay? The only thing that needs to be defined is million
In brackets.
in brackets, okay? No, actually it's not in brackets, it's just regular.
Oh yeah, because it does it automatically.
Yeah, it does it automatically. So when it knows with the number, it knows to automatically convert it with the number conversion. Okay? So the brackets is telling it to do something. That's what the brackets is for. So much like with the time that we just did right there, it's telling it convert it to time. And that's what the brackets is telling it. Convert it to something. Not convert it to TIME.
So when you did the T long I and asterisk after a number, you should make it, let's just say it's 5, it's going to be 5:00.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Now,
That's what it's supposed to do.
okay. Those formulas up there, the ones that are deal with time, date, which ones do you think were ones we're going to use? Like
All of them.
We're going to use all of them? Do you use all of them?
Ordinals a lot.
Okay.
So if those of you that don't know what ordinal is, it's like first. So it's 1ST, 2ND, 3RD, 4TH, 5TH, that's an ordinal. Okay? You're gonna use those. Trust me. So we've already gone over numbers, we've already gone over that. So if you do it as, you know, like I told y'all, I do 1E. If you put it together with the number, now you have to define it with the number. You can't just define the E as doing this. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So when you write a number with anything, even if it's $2, I do mine 2D sometimes. Now you have to define it with the number because you're using the command with the actual number. So be careful when you do that. So really you can do the 2 and then DLARS and just define the dollars as dollars, and it's going to know to change the dollars and on the 2 put the dollar sign. It should know that. Okay? If it's not doing it, you need to practice that. If it's not doing it, you need to call support and make sure that you get it fixed. Because it could just be something, and I'm almost certain it's probably something in the user settings. And it's probably something simple that,
Like ignore this user.
yeah, or ignore the teacher.
Wait, what did you just
I'm
say?
gonna go over this.
Do you have it defined like this? Point is decimal, or do you have it point as point?
I don't have that. I think I have mine PNT. I have mine PNT.
Oh, it does?
So then it needs to be a dollar.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that. I'll check that.
It needs to be like that? Define it like
Yeah,
that?
so guys, pay attention. Pay attention real quick. So if they say 3.4, it should be point or point with an asterisk, and it needs to be defined like this: bracket, decimal, bracket. So whatever you use, point with the asterisk, don't use just point, because you're gonna use point. Point is a word, so you're gonna use it. So you're gonna have to figure out something else when they use it. Well, what is it? It was 0.3 grams of whatever. So 0.3. But you have to be careful, because if you drop that in and they say, well, what's the point? And you put point because this is your weak finger. Well, now it's gonna say, what's the period? Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
No?
Like decimal is P and T. Yeah, that's
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't care what it is. It can be element of P. I don't really care what it is. So whatever you use, it needs to be defined as decimal. So you can use PNT,
That's what I do.
PT, PN, P star N. I really don't care. PNT with the asterisk, I don't care what it is. But whatever you use for that point, it needs to be defined as decimal. Got it?
Got it.
But that is a good one, PNT. That's
That's what I
good.
do.
How does that
Yeah.
in theory?
I'm sorry?
How does that in theory?
Yes.
I'm kind of gonna go backtrack. You know how we were fighting about this time thing with the
Yeah.
asterisk? So I remember the K. So if I do K9 together, it comes up 9:00.
Oh, it does?
So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah. And that's fine.
For what?
If I use the
Oh,
one
okay.
through, when the 5, I have to push the K on the end. Because if I
And if not, it's the other one.
hit the up
What is it? What
So
does
the
the K
6
stand for you?
It's time.
K.
Oh, it's time like clock.
Yeah.
No, it's like colon.
It's the
Like
colon.
colon 0,
Oh
0.
yeah, that's what I have. I have clock K with asterisk
Was
K.
that the same stroke? It's 1K, 2K, or is it 1K?
No, it's the same.
Okay.
Oh.
Try it. Try it, guys. Maybe it's already in your dictionary.
And then.
Try it, time.
Oh, I have it.
K
This time.
9, it'd be 9 o'clock.
What is it?
K asterisk 9, it'd be 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did this in third.
Yeah, that's how I remember it. Hey,
And the clock, o'clock, is KOK.
originally, yeah.
Or what?
K asterisk.
K asterisk?
Yeah, which is the number 9.
Oh,
or eight.
okay. Well, mine is KOK, and it changes it. So the theory's kind of changed. Did y'all try it?
Yeah.
Is anybody's working? No?
No, I think they must have defined it.
It's still coming up time, THI. Even 9K
I do.
comes up.
I do T
Huh?
asterisk T.
No.
working.
Huh?
It's not working.
What's not working?
It's coming up TH.
Oh, no.
Oh, I was like,
It's coming out as count.
huh?
Oh, KT. That's the
Account? 9 account?
K
No, it's
KT.
account.
Are you
If say
using-
K9, it's account.
Is she doing it right?
Yeah.
Well, Kate,
Well, I'm
that's close to
just
the
asking.
preschool. Yeah.
I was doing that.
I wasn't making fun of her, but
Yeah.
There you were.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't- no, she was doing it right. I thought, man. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, however you want to do it, figure out a way, and then call support.
I do mine T asterisk T. I don't know if that like for time.
T asterisk T for
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Like it's just the T's. and
Oh,
with the
so
asterisk.
9T,
Yeah. Well, that does.
1T, 2T.
Yeah, that's how I define it. But I mean,
Yeah.
because time THYME was already a word. So.
Yeah. In 26
And we'll
years.
use it a lot, you know.
Trust, oh, trust me.
I know.
In 26 years, the next time I do time,
Time. Well, if somebody says it like that, you're right way here, right?
You do. I would write it time. All right, any questions about that?
Oh, sorry.
Kiki's talking shit about you.
Huh? About me?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh. Okay, we'll do one more. Phonetics.
Oh, I used to go doing it.
A few adjustments to your phonetics table can really help Total Eclipse tune in to your writing style. It will then do a better job of translating steno that's not yet defined in your dictionary, and it will also offer better suggestions for global magic. In the Translate section of your Eclipse user settings, you'll see the option to take advantage of phonetic untranslates, and you'll also see that you can choose between basic and intelligent phonetics. For even better translation, you'll want to put a check in the box next to Translation Magic, which is the subject of a separate visualizer presentation. Here, the same steno was written 3 times. The first time with phonetic untranslates turned off, the second time using basic phonetics, and the third time using intelligent phonetics, which takes advantage of the spelling dictionary. I'll go to the programming section of my Eclipse user settings to see what's contained.
So that's that artificial intelligence, is what that is.
So we should click it?
I mean, you know, as long as you want it to come up, it's always going to guess what you're trying to do. So most of the time, yeah, it's going to guess. So you can write it 3 different ways. I'll back it up and I'll show you again. Pay attention.
For global magic. In the Translate section of your Eclipse user settings, you'll see the option to take advantage of phonetic untranslates, and you'll also see that you can choose between basic and intelligent phonetics. For even better translation, you'll want to put a check in the box next to Translation Magic.
So if you wanted to do it, phonetic untranslates, and it should be on intelligent.
Can you do it?
Yeah. It's good. It's good. So what it's going to do is guess for you. Okay? But if you don't want it to do it, then that's how you turn it off. So I don't know what the...
Translation
When you
Magic-
pull it... I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. On Translation Magic, we don't have a check mark. We actually have to click it.
You can.
No, but
No,
we
something
have to
pops up.
click it and we get another window that
Yeah.
opens.
Oh, does it? What does it open?
Translation Magic settings. And
Oh,
then
yeah. Well, you just go to the programming, it'll take you there. I did.
Oh, okay. So it's just asking you for refining. I wouldn't do it.
But yeah,
No, half,
so
like the others.
what do I do?
Right?
Was it insert missing 5 on it?
Which is the subject of a separate visualizer presentation. Here, the same steno was written 3 times. The first time,
So they wrote it the same every time. But, you know, the first one, when it's off, it's just going to put, if it's not in your dictionary, that's what it's going to do. With the, I think it's,
with phonetic untranslates turned off. The second time, you
okay, basic. Then they have basic, and then there's intelligent. So intelligent is going to guess. Well, I think you're trying to write this. Okay, and from the way that you write and the way that you've used this software, it remembers what you're doing with your artificial intelligence on. So the more you use it, the more it's going to know what you do, and it's going to start guessing at what you're doing. Okay?
using basic phonetics, and the third time using intelligent phonetics, which takes advantage of the spelling dictionary. I'll go to the programming section of my Eclipse user settings to see what's contained in the phonetics table. Here's a typical phonetics table that's created for you automatically when you install Eclipse. Each of the lines in the table follows the format steno equals text. I'll choose a simple line and use the modify button to see what it means. When Eclipse sees the steno SP, it understands it's part of a word spelled with SP. Now here's a different line that has a bit more to it. When Eclipse sees the steno TKPW, it basically expects this steno is used to spell a word that has G in it.
So you understand what they're doing? So it's a G and the intelligent is GH. Because when you do ghost,
Yeah.
it's going to know. It's not GOST, it's GH. So it's going to know. So that's the intelligent of the GGH.
So if you wanted to totally redefine your G, you could.
You could. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
But
either.
it also considers the spelling GH as it's figuring out what your steno means. Now for a line that has quite a bit more to it. When Eclipse sees the steno TPH, it first considers the spellings N and IN, but it also tries out these additional spellings. And of course it uses the spelling dictionary to avoid creating nonsense suggestions.
So a lot of these things are already set up for you. So to go in there and start messing with them, probably not a good idea, you know, okay? So be careful.
Now let's look at the vowel keys. When Eclipse sees the steno EU, it considers these basic spellings first, then these additional possibilities. In this line, the capital E is simply a way of indicating the silent E at the end of the word. For instance, bite or passive. In other words, I is the vowel sound, but there's a silent E at the end of the word. You can add to the phonetics table. However, don't delete a whole line. Instead, modify it if it does not agree with your steno theory. So if you would never write steno STK to mean these spellings, you should change it to something very basic that it does mean for you. Hopefully this will help you understand how with a bit of tweaking and perhaps some guidance from the technical support staff, you can obtain the best possible results from your Eclipse translation and ever more intelligent suggestions from Global Magic.
So for accident, when you're using SD as sdent, would it completely mess it up? Or how?
You could do SD and then.
I'd leave it the other way that it was, the way that it comes in there. So when you change it, like you don't use the SD for accident and you do accident,
Or you for like decision,
Yeah.
like SDA,
you know, then, you know, you just change it to the SD. If not, then you leave it the way that they have it, which is the intelligent way, okay? Guys, one, you should be using this stuff a lot. And do not be scared to call support, because it can take just a little tweaking of something and it's gonna, you know, and don't get frustrated with it. You know, don't get frustrated. Call support. Call them. And don't get me wrong, every now and then you get a knucklehead that, well, you know, that's something else. No, it's not. Hang up with that cat, call somebody else, and call them again, okay? And if not, call me and I'll call them, okay? Or get to class early and say, hey, can you come a little bit early? I need to call support. They're telling me something and it's not right. And we'll get it figured out, okay? But don't be scared to call support, you know? What's that? What'd you say?
That is screw.
Because the more you use it and the more it starts working, the more you get motivated to, you know, I want to see what it does, and let's do something else. And I want to, you know, but when you do something like the time and it's like, oh man, you know what? Nah, I'm done with this. Don't get frustrated with it, guys. It's gonna open up stuff, and once you start using it, it's gonna cut down your editing so much. So don't get frustrated with it. Just call support. And 99 times out of 100, they're gonna figure it out. They can tap into your computer and, you know, start looking around where they can do it easily, and they'll fix it, and you're done. Okay? So a lot of times it's just something real simple in the user settings or something in your dictionary that shouldn't be there to fix it. Okay, that one was short.
Oh, aren't you so smart? I like sitting by you, you're smart.
Okay, guys, we're gonna start wrapping up pretty quick. Okay, I'd say we did phonetics. By probably next week, we should be done with all of these. The most important one, and I probably wouldn't miss Wednesday. We're gonna do speakers
Next Wednesday?
This,
As in like Monday?
next
next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
As in,
Oh, okay, good, because I'm going out of town for Thanksgiving.
Okay, Thanksgiving's not next week.
No, I know, it's the week after. I'm leaving
Yeah.
at the end of that week.
So pay attention. We have class Monday and we have class Wednesday of next week. And then we have class Monday of the next week. That's Thanksgiving week. Okay? So we only have several classes left. Okay, and then that week that we come back ends it. So we'll have 2 whole days, just to work on other stuff. But we're gonna get this stuff wrapped up next week. Okay, and then we're gonna start really using the speakers, start doing dictation. I'm not gonna be able to have the 5 or 6 people here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write it on the board and I'm gonna just point. And you're gonna know court, hit court. So I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna point at court and then I'm just gonna start talking. This is cause number 2018 CI 00943 in the end. Guys, yes. I'm not gonna spend 45 minutes telling you what I'm gonna do because you're not taking it down right now anyway. And then I'm gonna point to an attorney. It's gonna be speaker, attorney 1, and then you're gonna have to hit that thing, Your Honor, can we come before the bench? And then you're gonna do the bin. We're gonna start doing all of that stuff, and it's gonna start going. Okay, so I wouldn't be missing. This is not the time to be missing towards the end of the semester. Okay, so any questions about what we've covered? Yeah.
I got a question about speakers. We're going to be able to change the computer, right? Our machines?
No.
So like if we're going to, I don't know, second, third speaker, maybe a second attorney, how do we do it on our laptop or?
You global it. You're going to global it on your laptop. So you're going to hit the symbol for it, and then I'm going to show you how
That's right.
to do it. We've already done it
Yeah.
in the speaker list. Remember? Yeah. So you global it, go into F2, put it in there. It's going to come in your speaker thing. You're going to do the Control J because you want it as a job. Okay? We're going to go into it. It's going to start getting intense. Okay? So missing, not a good idea from here on out. Okay? Guys, call that support and get that time figured out. And any other little issues that you have, start calling support and utilizing that. Okay? I am.
so should we just go ahead and preemptively set up our speakers?
No.
No?
No, because you don't even know what they are.
Yeah, they could be cats
Yeah.
or dogs.
Huh?
Never mind.
No. Guys, we're coming to it. I'm going to cover it. We're going to get it. Okay? So don't try to get ahead. Don't try to get ahead. We're going to cover it. All right? Any questions? All right. See y'all Monday. Monday, 3:01. Got it? Monday.